Yesterday, we talked about obeying God's word and Noah's Ark. And today, we're going to talk about following Jesus, following God. So the story today is the story of Moses. And Moses follows God's word, and then the Hebrews follow Moses and God to safety. So here's the story of Moses. The Hebrews were slaves in Egypt. There were many, many slaves. And the king, called a Pharaoh, was afraid of so many Hebrews. So he said, "Get rid of those baby Hebrew boys." And the slaves, they had to hide their babies. And one Hebrew baby was named Moses. And his mom put him in a basket, put him in the river, and hid him there. And the Pharaoh's daughter found baby. "I will take him home," she said. "I will love him like my own." And so Moses grew up in Pharaoh's home. When Moses was a grown man, he saw a boss being mean to the Hebrew slaves, and Moses punished that boss. Then Moses was afraid he was getting in trouble with the Pharaoh, so Moses ran away and became a shepherd. And for many years, Moses lived far from Egypt, the Pharaoh and the Hebrew slaves. Then one day, God spoke to Moses through a burning bush. "Moses," God said, "go to Egypt and tell the Pharaoh to let my people go." Moses obeyed, and Pharaoh let the slaves go free. The Hebrew people gathered their belongings and left Egypt. Moses led the way, and soon after, Pharaoh was sorry he had let them go because Egypt needed slaves. So Pharaoh sent an army to bring them back. The Hebrews saw the Egyptians coming and cried for help. "Do not be afraid," Moses said. And God opened the sea to them to let them escape. But the Pharaoh's armies could not follow them. Moses and his people got away. They went to Mount Sinai, and God called Moses to the top of the mountain and shared his laws. God said he was the only God. No other God should be worshipped by the people. They should keep the Sabbath a holy day of rest. They should honor their parents, not kill anyone, and do not steal or lie. These are my laws, God said, and if you follow them, you will live happier lives. And that's the story of Moses. So Moses followed God's words and helped the Egyptians, and then Moses followed God's word and helped the Hebrews. He stopped the Egyptians from getting to the Hebrews. And here's our Moses craft. So there's the other half of my paper plate. Turn it over, make it into a basket, and there's baby Moses. And if you want to, you can back this with a piece of paper also. Maybe make a nice little river for the baby Moses to float down. Maybe you could make some green reeds and grass to hide baby Moses. We can't wait to see how you create it. So, also, for science, take a water bottle, fill it up with water, put a little oil in it, put a little food coloring in it, and shake it up and see what happens. Everything will move around and look so cool and pretty. Can't wait to see what happens. Well, that is the end of day number 2. So we will see you tomorrow for day number 3 of VBS.